Back in the day, trials you could do in a small location. Mountain biking you couldn't. You needed to be out in the mountains. So that is quite a unique skill set you had that you were able to leverage. And you've done a lot of mainstream stuff like Olympic Games ceremonies, which to me is, it's the most mainstream sporting thing there is. And then starring in TV shows. Like, how does that come about? You you played yourself in Pacific Blue. I mean, I remember seeing the show.
Yeah, it was one of those last of these really corny Hollywood TV cop shows, and it was about the Santa Monica Bike Police. And there was a lot like Baywatch, except they were wearing more clothes. And and I living here near Los Angeles, we used to get the odd calls for commercials or auditions in Hollywood. And usually it was for commercials, sometimes for a little cameo or for a stunt in a film or series. But this was a full-on bike. It was all about the bike police in Santa Monica. So it was all about bike stuff, and they needed permanent stuntmen and people. And the first season, I did a lot of stunt work for them, which was really cool, and we did some really cool stuff. And then the second season, they switched to track bikes, and track had that horrible Y bike that was really recognizable.
Super recognizable. Yeah,
And at the time,
the Y glide, I think.
GT and track were like, and I was like, I'm not gonna do stunts anymore, because even if I had a wig on and had looked like a female cop on a bike with like fake boobs and jumping the bike over something, people would still know by my style that, oh, that's Hans, he did that 270 off that, so. And I was kind of really busy with other stuff too, so I was kind of letting it go and said, I'm not going to do stunts on that Y bike. So then they gave me a part as myself in the show where I could be the Eastern European coach for the bike guy, and I would have always a rivalry with one of the cops, and we would try to outdo each other. And as much as you think it's easy to play yourself, if they give you a fake Eastern European accent and even structure the sentences in the script even more backwards than my English already is, it was sometimes actually not that easy to play yourself. But anyway, I had a few guest appearances in that, and that was pretty cool because, as corny as that show was, it aired in over 100 countries, and I think it still airs in a few nowadays. But what's amazing is, Needles, is how many people I have met over the years who told me they started mountain biking because of that TV show. And that's kind of
Really?
cool. Yeah. So
That's
many.
really cool.
So many. I would say I almost, when I'm out and about, I meet once once a week or so, or every 2 weeks, I meet somebody who tells me their Pacific Blue story and how they got into biking because of that.